We're good to go? Okay. This is a regularly scheduled meeting of the Finance Committee. It is 6:33 on Monday, March 4th, and our first two items are an executive session, so I would entertain a motion.
Yeah, I move that we go into executive session, MRSA section 841-2, hardship abatement applications.
Second,
Second, I just want to add one thing before we do, who's here? If you're on the committee, raise your hand. I'm the committee chair, Council Trimble, Council Leonard, Council Fornia, Council Dean, Council Yakabaga, Council, you're not on the committee,
Yeah.
but we have also Council Fish here. So, we need a roll call vote on this, so Council Yakabaga,
yeah,
Council Dean,
yes.
Council Fornia,
Yes.
Council Leonard,
Affirmative.
yeah, so we're gonna go, are we gonna move?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Okay.
Should be all set.
We're live, okay. The next item is to have a vote on what we discussed in executive session. If there's a motion on those two items.
So moved.
Move to approve, a second.
Second,
And
Second,
without any objection, those items, hardship abatements have approval. Workout agreement on 71 Harvard Street. Consent agenda, anything special there?
No, this is a, sort of an annual renewal of a workout agreement. Ms. Cleveland has been under a number of agreements with the city. She's complied with all the terms, which are $600 quarterly payments, payment of all other charges, taxes, and utility outside of the agreement, be paid on time. She's met all those terms, looking to renew it. Has approximately $10,000 still remaining, about $8,200 that is past due. So, we anticipate if this continues, we'll see her for a few more years, but she is making progress and will eventually, get caught up. So our recommendation is to approve workout agreement.
Is there a motion on item 3?
So moved.
second,
Moved and seconded without objection, that item has approval as well. I lost my place.
So our first bid is,
Bid.
repairs for the Columbia Street parking deck. We did go out to bid. We received, 4 proposals back for, repairs that need to be done at the Columbia Street parking deck. And they range from 139,603, to 358,933,000. The low bid was provided by Structural Preservation Systems LLC of Massachusetts. They have worked with us before on, the Pickering Square Garage. We have no, concerns about their work, so we're looking to award a contract to, Structural Preservation Systems LLC for the Columbia Street parking deck.
Any questions on this item? I just have one because I'm thinking, and I really don't want to ask this question, John, but I'm thinking, geez, they just redid the deck. How long ago did they redo Columbia Street?
17.
No, it wasn't that long ago, Dick.
I don't think they've done it since I've been here.
Yeah, no, since it was when Jim Ring was engineer, it was redone.
We've been here over 15 years ago. I've been here 10 years.
Okay, it was just before you got here. All right,
Seems like yesterday.
is there a motion on this bid?
So moved.
A second,
second,
move a second, this has approval. Well, what's the level now for the council? It's about
250.
250, so this is approved. Next is Pickering Square.
Next is Pickering Square repairs. This is phase 9 of the repairs on Pickering Square. We went out to bid. We received 3 bids back. They range from $296,300 to $769,470. And the low bid was Copia Specialty Contractors of Bangor, Maine. We have our current engineering consultant is working with Copia on a parking garage in Portland. They are very happy with their work. So our recommendation is to go with the low bidder, Copia Specialty Contractors, for $296,300. And this would go to full council next week.
Right, and I know when this was built, but, so how many phases, this is phase 9, how many phases have we got to? Yeah.
I think it's
I think it's
ongoing
just-
yearly.
So it's going on,
We just
okay.
keep numbering
We
them.
did,
Right.
we actually, asked Thornton Tomasetti to take a look at, all right, if we're gonna have to be doing annual upkeep of the parking garage every year, and it's gonna cost us $250,000 to $300,000, is it worth, tearing this down, building a new parking garage over time? And they did crunch the numbers and they said it's nowhere close. You
Right.
just keep doing your yearly maintenance, but it's something that's gonna come back every single.
Oh, okay. And I hate to say this, but I've never heard of Copia's
All right.
contractors in Bangor.
I hope you. It's Lee, right? The gentleman, the owner is Lee, he lives in town.
Hardly?
It's not Podwell.
No,
Um,
well, I'm gonna look into these guys. Is there,
We've used them before.
yeah,
at the airport, I think.
Yeah, we've used Copia before.
They just haven't done anything on the parking
Yeah.
lot. And they've
I'm
actually,
just having you see the vehicles.
they've submitted the last
Yeah.
couple of years on the parking garage work.
Oh,
and
okay.
They weren't low
Yeah.
bid, but they came close on the other one as well. They were second low on
Right.
Columbia.
Yeah.
so.
All right, is there a motion to approve this bid?
So moved.
Second,
Second,
all right, without objections, we recommend to the council for approval. Next item is,
So our next few items, are all council orders that will, be on the agenda for next week. And the first one is to execute an agreement with the Maine DOT to allow overweight construction vehicles for work that's being done on Washington Street.
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah. So this is sort of a routine thing that we do for projects to allow them to get in and out and do the work. So we're just looking for your approval, and this will be on the council for the full agenda for approval next week.
Is that a year-round weight limit thing or a springtime weight limit?
No, it's a year-round,
Year-round, okay.
heavily loaded trucks.
Okay, so motion approved.
So moved.
Second.
Second, and no questions, this as approval.
Thank you. Our next item is modification to the Canduskeg Avenue and Griffin Road intersection improvements. This modification would add $135,000 to the project. And that money was going to be coming from other projects where there was money that was saved, which is going to be a little later on in the agenda. So this, when we do a modification like this, it has to go to full council. So we're looking for approval to put this onto the full agenda next week to update that project from 265,589 to 400,589, with our share being $40,058.90.
Any questions on this item? Is it a change in the scope of work on the project?
No, it's just, you know,
That
it was
was paid.
budgeted a couple of years ago
Right.
for 265,000. We've been doing signal projects here every year and we looked at it and said, there's no way this is gonna cover a new signal anymore. And so we're just grabbing that money from state and forest, which we talked about here.
So, motion to approve this item.
So moved.
Second. Moved and seconded, this has approval without objection.
Thank you. This next council order is modification for the Penobscot Bridge corridor traffic signal improvements. This is a modification to add 35,000 to the project, to increase it from 908,615 to 943,615. The city's share is 10%, 94,361. Again, the money is being transferred from savings on a different project that we will talk about next. And again, I'm assuming it's just to updated pricing.
This is actually additional cameras that were needed to get the adaptive system up and running. So the Penobscot corridor, we're trying some new technology on the corridor that adjusts traffic signal timing based on the number of vehicles that are coming through. So if it sees congestion, it identifies it and tries to give more time to that movement. And it can actually, you know, there's certain parameters in traffic signal timing that you have maximums that are set right now, you know, when we put it into the controller. This new software with all this additional cameras blows that out of the water. It basically will focus on the approaches having problems and put whatever timing needs to be done to clear that congestion without, you know, backlogging the other approaches too badly.
What's the
So-
corridor? Is it like Broadway and State to the bridge?
It's Broadway and State all the way over to Brewer.
To the
North
north
Main
side?
Street.
Oh, on top of the hill?
Yeah.
Okay,
Make a motion.
moved
Second.
and seconded without any objection, this has approval.
Thank you.
I guess I just want to say that technology, we're kind of testing it on that corridor, see how it works. If it's good, you know, we'll start bringing it over to Broadway.
That was gonna be one of my questions, but yeah, it sounds fun.
All right, it is good stuff.
And our last item tonight is another council order, and this is where the money is coming from for the two that we just approved. This is State and Forest Avenue. That project, is it complete? Or
No,
almost complete? Okay.
it's we have a contract with
Oh, it came in under budget.
like
Right, yeah.
$98,000.
Yeah, so there's gonna be money left over. It was originally, the project cost was 310,000 is what was budgeted. We're gonna reduce that by 170,000 to pay for the other two projects. So the new, project total is 140,000. The city share of that, again, of that is 10%, so our share would drop down to 14 from the original 31,000 that it was on the project.
On that location, when that light is removed, we're gonna have one of those
Oh,
flashing lights
RFPs.
available, yeah.
Yeah, pedestrian activated crossing.
I knew there was some. All right,
And that savings is because it was that intersection was gonna be a brand new signal
Right.
being placed for 310,000, and we're not doing that anymore, so. All the money's just actually being shipped.
Are we bumping those corners out?
We are bumping out those corners to
Was
reduce
just
the crosswalk.
Yeah, there was I know we're getting late here, but it was just a story about down in Rhode Island, they had a lot of, they went from high incidence of pedestrian accidents to like zero in a couple of years, and that's one of the things they did, they did a lot more of those bump outs around.
Yeah,
you know.
make pedestrians more
Yeah.
visible
Yeah,
so that vehicles
exactly,
can
yeah.
see them and
Yeah.
so they can see the vehicles as well.
Make a motion?
Seconded without any objection, that is approval, and that should wrap us up.
That is it.
You might wanna tell them about your special finance committee meeting.
Oh, yes. So it is special. So this Wednesday, we are opening bids for the airport runway project
Mm.
in order to make timing for federal grant money and to get the project going. They requested a special finance committee on Monday before pre-council so that we can have the council order on Monday night to award the contract because it's gonna be well over the limit. So we're gonna have a pre-council finance to approve it at this level, and then it'll be on the agenda for full council that same night.
Hey, would you be willing to chair that meeting, Council? Because
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Okay,
So in that, when the bids open, can you let us all know on Wednesday or Thursday? Just so we know, we're ahead of time. Great.
okay.
Do we have a
we're all
time on
set.
that?
What? Your finance committee?
Yeah,
It's gonna be 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock Monday night.
Okay.
We'll be here anyway, so.